We've tried to do stuff together and every...
We should try. Okay, ready? Are you ready?
1, 2, 3.
Welcome to Lights Out with Lighthearted.
Let's do it. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome to Lights Out with Lighthearted. Get some food, sit down, relax, let's chat.
Let's chat.
Feel free to chat in the comments. And
Yeah, so today we thought it would be fun to talk about our comfort movies and TV shows because we talk about how we always keep going back to the same ones over and over again.
I'm not a huge movie person. I never really have been. Like, I could sit through watching like 5 seasons of something in 2 days, but like sitting down to watch a movie just feels overwhelming to me, which is crazy. But I'm not a huge movie person. I feel like the turnaround time is just not fast enough for me, which, you know, whatever. TikTok's ruining our brains with the, you know, dopamine rush and all that stuff. Anywho, mine is Once Upon a Time for the longest time.
That's such a good one.
I've watched that show 9 times. I kid you not, 9 times.
Like start to finish?
Yes.
Do you start at the beginning every time?
Yes.
Who's your comfort character in that show?
Comfort character, probably Snow White, just because she's really like...
She's like
comforting.
so like maternal and yeah.
But I just love Emma Swan because she's a baddie and she's
so
amazing.
cool. I bought a leather jacket because of her when it came out.
I wanted one so bad. I haven't watched the show in like months and I need to watch it because I'm into crime right now.
She's into crime.
I'm into crime. I also love Chicago Med.
Okay.
That's the only medical drama I watched.
Yeah,
so far.
Does medical stuff gross you out or like
No.
freak you out at all? You're good?
It used to, but no. Like once I started watching that, I'm like, I can handle it. My sister will constantly be like, "You're eating," while they're literally doing open heart surgery, and I'm like, "Yep."
Like chips. You're like,
Doesn't bother me any. Yeah, I love it.
That's awesome.
Have you ever watched a medical drama?
I made it almost all the way through Grey's Anatomy. But I think later seasons they kind of lost it. This is my professional opinion. So I really like that one. I think my go-to comfort show though, and I have a few of them, but like number 1 is The Office, obviously. Number 1 is The Office. And it's interesting because I feel like every time I rewatch it, because it's, you know, so many seasons long, I'm at a new phase in my life. And so it's like each time I identify with a different character. Like I used to think Angela was just insane. And then I was like, no, she's got a point. Like let her finish, you know?
I love when a show can really come to life for you and you can like just see new things every time you watch it. Once Upon a Time is like that.
Really? Can we talk about Captain Hook?
Sure. Sure. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
His guy liner.
He should get it tattooed on.
He should get it tattooed on. It made me believe that every man should wear guy liner.
So his name's Colin O'Donoghue, and for the longest time I would tell Mom that his name was Colin O'Hodohue.
It is.
Because
I'm pretty sure
he's on his most gorgeous man.
He's beautiful. Yeah.
Is
he a nice guy in real life?
That I know. Like I've seen interviews and stuff. He seems really nice. He was like in a band and stuff.
Of course he was.
He's that big. He's so cute. But like Josh Dallas though, who plays Charming, beautiful.
I'm not into blonde men.
Okay, that's valid. Okay.
I think he's cute. Like I'm like he's a handsome man.
I would rather him be my dad than like...
Yeah, he gives dad vibes.
Yeah.
Versus like Captain Hook, who I'm like...
He needs a daughter in real life.
Does he not have one?
He doesn't. They have 2 sons. Because if you didn't know, if you've ever watched Once Upon a Time, Snow White and Prince Charming got married and they have 2 kids. And it is the cutest thing ever. But no, like the scenes with him and Emma are like my favorite ever. I currently am watching The Rookie. And I am obsessed.
Are you in distress at all or are you good now?
Currently, I'm fine. I wasn't left on a cliffhanger last night. So that's good.
Excellent.
But
there's one coming out tonight, though.
There's one coming out tonight. I just finished the series. I won't.
Oh, I forgot. You're working through it.
I haven't watched last week's yet.
Okay, so you're up until last week's episode. Okay, I just watched it last night, yeah. So I won't say
It's not a cliffhanger. That's all she said.
So, We went viral on TikTok because Britton ranked the Rookie characters without knowing who they were.
I've never watched it. I've never seen it.
I just thought it would be funny just for us. And I thought my sister would get a kick out of it. And it went viral. And people really
hate me.
were telling that you needed prison time. And
yeah, they were calling for jail time.
yeah.
It was really funny.
Okay, so we have someone behind the camera. Laura, I need to know who your favorite character is.
Your
Can
pizza.
I have like a male favorite and a female favorite?
Yes,
We'll allow it.
absolutely.
Lucy and Tim.
Okay,
Like-
that's the basic answer. My favorite character is not Tim or Lucy because I don't like being basic. But, like, I love them.
Thanks.
Sorry.
She doesn't like being basic.
Though I'm eating my Alfredo
I
pizza.
don't like being basic.
My favorite character is Angela.
I do like Angela a lot.
She's just freaking epic.
Is she the redhead that went to jail?
No.
no one likes her.
All right, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to play a game, and I'm going to show her pictures of characters from The Rookie, and I'll put them on the screen if I can, and then she's going to tell me what she thinks their name is. She's heard some names,
I've heard some names, but I haven't heard all the names.
and I'm not going to tell you if it's right, and I'm not going to tell you the right answer right now.
Just tell her everyone and she gets it right.
Yeah.
Be like, yes. Very
You
good.
ready?
Correct.
This is the first one. Okay.
That's Castle.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
That's his name's Castle.
Spot on.
His
Okay.
name's Detective Castle.
Very good.
Detective Castle. Okay.
Oh, he's Daddy Cop. That's his name. Daddy Cop. Right? Yeah.
I mean, he is...
He's a cutie on
Daddy.
duty.
Okay. You ready for this one?
Mhm. That's Tim.
Last name, please.
Bradford.
Oh!
Bradford. Your sister's TikTok handle has helped me with this.
Oh. She's something. Okay.
So big shout out.
This is the next one. What's she giving?
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. They're all going to be
How'd you
Jennifer.
know?
They're all going to be Jennifer. All right. Ready? Here's the next one.
Is that Lucy? Is that Lucy Chen?
Yes.
Is that Lucy Chen?
Good job. I'm so proud. Okay.
Turns out I'm actually really good at this game.
All right.
I'm so scared.
We're going to do a few more because this is fun for me. Here's the next one.
He looks like his name would be like Jimothy or something.
Jimothy?
Stupid.
Okay.
I've never heard that name in my life.
It's an alternative to James.
All right.
His last name's West, which I can see.
On his uniform.
But he looks like his name would be like Chandler or something like
Okay.
that.
Chandler West. Okay.
No,
Thank you.
that's so good.
Like, wow, have you seen the show? Thank you.
I'm curious if you'll get this one right because I said this person's name during one of our videos, but I don't know if you'll remember. This is the next one.
No, definitely not. His name is Old Greg, and if you know, you know.
Okay.
He's the one that abuses his nurses in the hospital.
Okay.
That's Is that Nyla? That's Nyla.
Good job.
Yeah.
My mom's favorite character.
Oh, sorry, Rachel's mom. I'm coming up short. He is giving like Officer. Have you seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
No, but I've heard of it.
Okay, so he's giving like Officer Holt vibes. Yeah, he's Officer Holt.
Okay. Okay. You got them all right. I'm so impressed. Good job.
It's crazy the crossover, between all my favorite shows.
So she got Tim, Lucy, and Nyla right.
No, they were all right. I did a good job.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I want to know, do you have any movies? Like, was there any movies as a kid that you watched over and over?
Oh gosh. Okay, so Tangled, when I was 18, it was her 18th birthday in the movie. And it was like my 18th
That's
birthday
epic.
coming. And
So
so I was
you're-
just like,
You're the same age as Rapunzel forever.
I also, this one's really random, but I like lived for this one, like starting probably like 7th grade on. It was like to get to sleep every night, I would watch Minority Report. Isn't that like the most random?
Never heard of it.
We're going to watch it.
On Hallmark Channel, there's this TV show called The Good Witch.
Yeah.
And so I've watched all of that like a couple of times. And then I found out after that there was like prequel movies. I didn't know these existed. Like the show was made because of all these movies.
Are they called The Good Witch too, or what?
Yeah, they're called the Good Witch, and then they have like a name after like Good Witch Destiny, Good Witch Charm. Anyway,
Okay.
I don't even know how many there are. There's like 7 or something, but I've watched them previously. But I've been watching them while I've been sick because they're just very. I love my crime shows. I love my medical dramas. Like I love it, but sometimes like it's a lot. Like they're a lot, and this is very just like, you know.
Yeah, I
Curl up in
think
bed
like
and-
those are so procedural where it's like, boom, bad guy, they do this
Right.
thing, we do this thing, blah blah
Right.
blah. Like it's very like
Right, yeah.
this has to happen. So that's so cool.
It's like a cozy little town, and it's just.
I love that. And is she actually a good witch?
Mm-hmm.
She's nice. She does nice witch things.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Love that.
The weirdest thing is they never address that she's a witch.
Like just everyone just knows she's a witch.
Nobody knows,
Nobody knows. That's why they
but
don't
like
address
everyone
it.
guesses. It's really odd. I don't know how
Oh.
to describe it. I would have sleepovers with my friends,
Mm-hmm.
and one like if there was ever a Friday the 13th in the year, which is just
Yeah.
whatever.
I love Friday.
We would get together and have scary movie nights, and one of my friends' mom would like host them, and we would have snacks or whatever.
What kinds of
Scary
movies did
movie
you watch?
nights. Okay,
What'd you
so
watch?
the first one was Jaws.
Mm-hmm.
Scary movie.
Uh-huh.
And then that one wasn't. I mean, that's like scary in the moment, you know, but not
I think when you're little that one's pretty
right.
scary.
It's scary in
Yeah.
the moment, but not like after the fact.
Yeah,
you know
totally.
what I mean?
Totally.
Other than like if you're swimming, but there's that. But she would have someone come over because we'd watch them at like 11 o'clock. She would have someone come over and like bang on the windows.
That's awful.
It would terrify us every time too. We should have known. Like we did this like 4 or 5 times. We should have known.
That's so scary.
But the first movie that I remember watching that like actually scared me after the fact was The Sixth Sense. Okay, so like death doesn't really scare me. Like the idea of like ghosts or whatever, I'm like whatevs. But it's just creepy. Like there's a lot of creepy parts. Like there's a part where they are at a birthday party or something, and like the main little boy that's in the movie or whatever, his, I guess not his friends, but bullies like locked him in this like closet or whatever. And apparently there was someone dead in there because he could see dead people.
yeah.
And he was like screaming, and I was like,
No, like that's so scary.
that's terrifying.
I agree.
The scene where like, the woman is like throwing up.
Yes, I can't with that one.
I had to stop
Yeah.
watching it. I was a kid, but like
In
yeah,
the kitchen,
with the knife.
and like the little girl with cancer that was throwing up. But the one, or yeah, he like runs and hides in his tent, like where he has like a bunch of crosses and stuff. So I remember like getting up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and I like was horrified. And I was not like a little kid. Like I was like 14 years old, and I was still like,
That's so scary. My best friend is here in studio with us. She's a therapist.
join us.
There's Laura. That was really cute. That's Laura. We were going to talk about kind of the science the science behind why we just keep revisiting the same shows over and over again, just because it's interesting.
I think it's the predictability of it. Like I know what's coming. It's very comforting. Characters are comforting. You know,
Yeah.
that's the hardest thing for me when starting a new show. Like if I ever start a new show, it's usually because one, I've seen clips somewhere where I've gotten somewhat familiar with the characters. 2, I know one of the actors or actresses in the show, so I'm like familiar with them. Or like I really like a storyline, but it's really hard for me to start a new show. Like I have a really hard time doing it.
I feel the same way. Like when we're just sitting there, like scrolling through, trying to figure it out. I'm like,
Well, even when I like turn it on, like if I don't know
I agree.
I think that's why I tend to, if I do start a new show, it's either a medical drama or something crime related, police.
Because you
first
understand
I understand
like the beats.
whatever, and it just grabs your attention. Like even if you don't know the characters, it's like, holy crap, this mass casualty just happened, and you're like curious to find out how it goes.
Yeah.
So I think
I see the argument for that for sure. Yeah. Come on in.
join.
Get some pizza. Oh, please. Oh, please.
You
Come.
can also sit on the
I have
stool.
a spot for you right here. Come on in.
We're just
Hello.
We're just all over the place.
Hi.
Do you have things to say about this?
Get in
I'd
here.
like to weigh in.
Please weigh in.
I would like to sit on Rachel's lap so I can show my better side. Okay, I have 2 thoughts on this.
I'd love to hear it.
One, you're spot on about predictability. With like psychology, there's like a safety to like, I know what's going to happen. And for especially like TV shows are designed to like be
This
like
is my favorite thing.
calming.
Yeah.
calming and relaxing, just like dear friends. I'm so sorry.
I love this.
So it can help reduce anxiety that way. The other thing is like when you're, am I supposed to look here?
You can look
There.
there.
Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna talk to you actually. The other thing is like when you watch a TV shows, you like get to know the characters, and then they become like real to you. And so then if you like aren't around them, you miss them. And so then like watching those TV shows, it like connects
miss your
you
friend.
again. There's like connection to it because you're like, I miss my friends.
That's actually like really cute.
It's cute and sad at the same time
It's, like,
because you can't actually like ever meet them.
No.
Yeah.
Which is devastating.
Yeah.
And there's like one of the quickest ways to safety is connection. And so that's another reason why it can reduce anxiety is
I
like
love that.
it's like, oh, I'm connect and the predictability. Like
Yeah.
there's connection and it's not like connection with friends where like there's some degree of unpredictability because of we're human. Right?
Yeah.
So
Okay, that's so interesting because I'm like, okay, I'm sad. I need to hang out with Michael Scott real quick on The Office.
like I know he'll make me laugh.
He'll make me laugh.
Like he's silly.
Yeah, like he's my
He's your
friend.
friend.
100%.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
That's actually really cute.
I love it.
It's actually like so cute.
I
Do you
literally
think that's why people get more sad too when they meet their people and they kind of suck?
Yeah.
yeah.
100%.
Because they're like, you're supposed to be my friend.
And then they'll like stop watching the show because they're like so disappointed.
Disappointed.
Like, oh, they were actually a jerk. Like,
That's so
because it kind of ruins
sad.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say that I just watched the Hannah Montana movie the other day for the first time since I was like,
For the first time?
no, like for the first time in a long time
Oh
since
my
I was
gosh.
little because I used to watch it
Yeah.
the live long day.
I've never seen it.
Oh my gosh,
I've
because
never
I was
seen it.
I was a Hannah
Horse
Montana
girl.
girly.
Horse girl.
Let's
well,
watch it.
and I have two older brothers, so
Yeah.
we watched Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. So
So as a kid, I loved purple and I loved Hannah Montana. So when I was like 8 or 9 years
You're so
old, my
cute.
mom painted my entire room purple, my bed frame purple, went to the fabric store and got purple Hannah Montana fabric and made me purple bedding that was Hannah
Your
Montana.
mom is such a real one.
So everything in my room was purple Hannah Montana,
Oh my
and I was
gosh.
just,
Is that why like
I mean, I love purple.
purple? Okay, another thing. I'm just gonna say this while you're thinking.
Yeah.
You know how like some people like watching or listening to crime podcasts?
Yeah.
Sometimes we find safety with familiarity. And I don't know if this is calling anybody out that likes these things, but sometimes if you like grew up in like traumatic or stressful
Yeah.
upbringings or lives, like or just like your teenage years were like really, really messy.
Yeah.
Sometimes those crime podcasts can like trigger your nervous system in a way that's familiar
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
and
makes
that
sense.
feels safe, even though it's not.
Yeah.
That makes sense
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
I used to listen to those like I had like 15 that I would listen to every day.
Wow.
Like I loved them until I like started healing as a human being.
No.
And then it was like
way.
it made me feel uncomfortable because
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this isn't
like
comfortable
it's too
anymore.
triggering to me now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like for a long time it was like so comforting to be like,
Interesting.
oh, and he murdered his whole family. Oh, that makes sense. Like,
Okay, but as a teenager, like Inside Edition was my best friend.
yeah.
Like I loved like kidnapping.
Yeah.
Why?
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 Yeah.
Well, do you think for you, because some people will say too, like it helps them prepare.
Prepare. I think there's a part
Like,
of
yeah,
my
I agree
brain
with
that's
that.
like, yeah, like I just want to know
Like,
what everyone's
what the
gone
risks
through
are
and like how to prevent and
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
Like what did they not do that
Yeah.
I need to be doing, or what did they do that
yeah.
I should be doing?
I think that's probably
That's part of it
wild.
too. Yeah.
That's wild.
That's interesting.
That's how I felt when like the Elizabeth Smart case happened. Do you guys both remember that?
oh yeah, I watched so many
Yes.
movies.
Oh my gosh,
So
I was
many
just like
movies.
all in. I like read the whole court case
Yeah.
because I was just like, what
Like,
should I do?
absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
It's a
Yeah.
crazy
I'm like,
one.
what do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Speaking of anxiety, Brit,
Yeah. Oh, what?
you want to see what happened to me the other day?
No. What happened? Are you okay?
I got that.
Whoa. Okay, I think people find comfort in things they can obsess over.
That's so. That's
Like,
so true.
And
yeah.
Disney
yeah.
is something you can
She's like,
full blown obsess over.
Yeah.
You know,
Like, it's like a never-ending well.
it can become part of your personality, kind of like Swifties. And I'm not a hardcore Swiftie, but I am a Swiftie.
I'm a Swiftie.
I do
not.
love me some Taylor Swift. But like, how easy is it to be able to like watch Disney movies, wear Disney merch, like go to Disney? The reason why obsessions could be unhealthy. Like, for example, whenever I start listening to a book, because I don't read, I listen. But I do
as
read.
you know, I don't
saw
judge
your
that.
TikTok. I really appreciate
I don't judge
that.
it.
Did you? Okay.
Wait, so if listening counts as reading, I have finished an
Listening
entire
counts as
adult
reading.
book.
It does
Okay,
count.
people are saying like it doesn't count as reading
Because,
but,
like,
you
by
are
definition,
yeah,
you're
like,
not.
reading is this.
But, like, you've read a book.
like you are consuming a book.
Yeah.
So you.
But
have
it's not like I'm going to
consumed
be
an
like, so I
entire book.
consumed this one book one time.
I was listening.
You're going to say, like,
yeah, you're like I read a book.
Read a book, or
Yeah.
I listened. Oh, yeah, I read that one.
I count TikTok videos as reading articles all the time. Like I'll be
love
like,
that.
I read this article.
There is evidence to support.
No, you don't.
Yeah, anytime I'm talking to anyone older than me, I'll literally be like, I was reading an article.
Article.
And they were saying,
That is so funny.
yeah, it's fine.
That's really
I
funny.
don't judge. Anyway, audiobooks.
I forgot what I was saying about that.
About,
Obsessions.
yeah.
So, like, yeah, like there are times for my brain where I'm like listening and I'm like, it needs to have an ending. It needs to have like some kind of resolve. But like in books, there's a lot of cliffhangers at the end of chapters. So there is no closure.
So you just keep
So then I
going.
have to like keep going until I find that. I don't know if that's like with Disney, if you're like, I need like
the next.
the next,
More
the
and
next,
more and
the
more.
next, the next, the
Yeah.
next. And I think that's where it can get dangerous.
Yeah.
With anything. That's why they
Yeah.
say moderation.
I agree.
Like if
It's
I
so good.
I went through a kick where I was like, okay, instead of like, you know, trying to treat my mental health, I'm just gonna like try to be inspired and find things that make me happy. And Wicked was one of those things. Talk about an obsession. It was like I got it for Christmas, and like every other week or every week I was like watching Wicked.
It's
Even
so
if I couldn't
good.
finish it, I would just like watch
Watch
like,
it?
20 minutes of it and just
love
sing the song. Especially The Wizard and I. That's like
That's such a good one.
I also grew up as a theater kid, so
I've never watched Wicked
Yeah.
or any of it. None of it.
you
haven't
ever
watched
seen
Wicked
it?
yet?
No.
What are you doing tonight?
Oh, it's awesome.
I was kind of like, I've never watched even like the Broadway, like any.
Honestly,
It's okay.
like this, you could just like you could watch
Absolutely.
with no prior knowledge. And
In
you would
fact,
like
this
it.
might be like
But
the
isn't
best
like
place to
the
start.
second half coming out at the end of the year?
Yeah.
So I was
But
like,
you don't need it, like, because it gets to like a good stopping point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no like
Yeah.
cliffhanger.
okay. Everyone was talking, and I was like, if it's like a cliffhanger, I'm just
No.
like,
No, like you can definitely just watch
Watch
this
the first
one
half.
and then
And be like completely content.
yeah.
It's just for people that have watched the second part, they're like, oh my
They're
gosh,
like,
like this is
"It's
gonna be so
coming."
good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
yeah, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, like they need to get it out. Like it's
Okay.
like, oh, I can't wait to hear this song again, and I can't wait to hear
It's like Frozen coming out.
what?
Wait, what?
What?
Like Frozen 3
There's a Frozen 3.
next year.
What in the
That's right.
fresh heck are they gonna put in Frozen 3?
That's what I'm wondering because there's no way they can top 2.
Sven. It's all about Sven. I don't know.
Sven finds
Sven
love.
finds love.
Somebody has to get frozen.
Someone has to get frozen. Did someone get frozen in the second one?
Elsa.
Oh, Elsa.
Oh,
So
that's
Anna
right.
gets
That's
frozen in the
right.
first one. Elsa gets frozen in the second one.
It's Kristoff.
A lot of people think
not-
Elsa's.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
think that Elsa's dead.
What?
Yeah, because she's the fifth
Spirit.
spirit now.
Yeah.
That would actually be good because I'm like, what are they gonna do with Frozen
Aw.
3? Frozen 1 was good.
Yeah.
I didn't mind
Yeah.
it.
Like classic.
Frozen 2 was really good.
I
Amazing.
sobbed.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
it was a plot twist a little bit. Like they went off with the story a little bit different with the parents.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Once Upon a Time did. Like literally Frozen and Once Upon a Time. It was about the parents trying to go get rid of Elsa's magic.
What?
In the enchanted
Are they
forest.
copying
I'm
Once
wondering.
Upon a Time?
I'm wondering if they copied Once Upon a Time.
I think Jordan and I had like recently gotten married when
It's
Frozen 1 came out.
crazy. It was like 2012, I think. Is when it
That's
came out.
that's crazy.
I think that was the year I graduated. Which makes sense. I'm
Dang,
like 2
girl.
years younger
Yeah.
than you.
I
Yeah,
graduated
makes
in
sense.
the ripe year of 2020.
That's disgusting. I
Oh.
graduated in 2011.
Maybe I graduated in 2013.
2012,
I don't know what year. I was homeschooled.
She was homeschooled too.
Did you do 4
So,
years of high
Do
school?
you guys
No,
actually
me
graduate
neither.
from high school as
Did you do 3?
homeschoolers, or you
No.
just decide that you're done?
No, you take a test. It's called either the GED or for me it was the California
you-
Proficiency
like, you
Exam.
legit have to
I took
take
the
a something?
CPE. Yes, so we could take the CPE
Mm-hmm.
at 16,
Okay.
and then if you took that and then applied to a junior college, you could start taking classes at junior college and work
Okay.
towards your AA. So that's what I did.
That's so cool.
Your question. So do you take a test or you just decide that you're done?
No, for real. My mom was like, "Do you want to do another year
Yeah,
of
like,
school?"
do
or
you
not?"
want to keep going, or you're like, well, I'm 17 now.
I was like, I'm
Let's
not like I'm not gonna gain all the knowledge I need within the next year anyway. So let's
Yeah.
just
You're like, let's
Just
go
call
with
it
life
good.
experience. Like,
Yeah.
let's do that instead.
Like, I think I'm
I
okay.
support this.
2020 was awful anyway.
You know,
so.
I was just
It's
like
a good
a
year
really
to-
lame,
yeah.
like publicly schooled kid. Like this is all just so unfamiliar.
So lame. I wish I could have enjoyed my graduation though. Like I almost wish I would have waited a year.
Yeah.
And not because I wanted to do more school, but because I wanted to enjoy myself.
Because 2020.
Yeah.
Because 2020, and it wasn't even the pandemic. I was just like,
You were having a tough year.
it was rough, and so I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, that wasn't fun.
Not fun.
No, not fun at all.
Written the other day was literally like, man, I wish we weren't friends because then you could be my therapist and you'd actually laugh at my jokes.
Yeah,
I mean,
my
like-
therapist, I was like lowballing jokes. Like I was like, this is just like a classically
Like, these are
funny
just
thing
actually
to say
funny to anybody.
to anyone. Like you don't even have to know me that well. And she
No.
was just like,
Too professional.
okay, can we talk about this thing? And I was like, no, we can't.
Okay,
Yeah.
like
Do you need a new one?
Yeah.
if you're a
I need a new
therapist,
therapist.
laugh at your clients' jokes.
Okay, so Jordan and I were talking about this idea of soulmates. I don't believe in soulmates like people believe in them. If given the opportunity, I could really connect with like lots of different kinds of people.
100%.
You know, so like, and he feels the same way where it's just like we come together and we choose to work together.
Yep.
But I was like, okay, like I think like on some level, like you and I are kind of like soulmates. And then I was just like, it's my dream one day to find my platonic soulmate that I can just like be myself around. And like so flatly, he was just like, it's Laura. Good night.
Sorry, spit
he's
on
so
you.
bored. He's like,
He's like,
"Shut
have you
up."
not thought about this already?
Yeah, he was like, are you serious? So you're my platonic soulmate.
Yay.
So thankful for you. Like,
I love it. It's so cute.
it's so funny.
No, but I think like okay, I think there's people like you said that you meet and you're like, okay, we became friends and this is great.
Yeah.
And then there's people where you're like, I was meant to meet that person
Yes.
and like be friends or have some kind of influence or them have influence on me. Like
Yeah.
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 It's so
'Cause
interesting.
Like I feel that way about both of you.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
it's so interesting how different people can add from your life or add to your life,
Mm-hmm.
and just like in very different ways. Like I have good friends,
100%.
and then I have like my friendship with Britton is very different from my friendship with Vanessa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're just very different,
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's just so interesting how I don't know.
I love it.
I know. It really
I just love it.
so funny.
I also love it like when you just kind of meet in weird ways
yeah.
where it's like, oh, this wasn't like a normal thing. Like
Have
I feel
we-
like how we all met. Like
We've
Yeah.
we've
just weird.
never talked about on the podcast how we met.
we haven't
Like actually gone into detail.
Okay, how did you guys meet?
Oh my gosh, we should.
Should
talk
we
about
tell
this?
this
Yeah, yeah,
story?
yeah, absolutely.
I'm scared.
Okay, I'll start with my part.
You'll start with or should
I'll start. Okay, I needed a nanny because I just had a lot going on, and so like 2 days a week, I just wanted somebody to come hang out with my son, keep him safe. So Jordan, like the single dad he is, got onto care.com and created. Yeah, like he like created a profile, and I read it, and I was like, you sound like a struggling single dad. Like you need to change. Because he was like, I have one son, and blah blah blah, and like we just need somebody to like watch him twice a week, and I was like, Jordan.
Like I'm
Yeah.
here too, thanks.
I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I made fun of him for it, so he's fine. He already knows about all of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we posted on care.com.
Mm-hmm. This is where I come in.
This is where you enter.
So this was in 2023,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
that sounds
Like
right.
the summer or like fall or
Yes,
fall,
I think
not fall,
summer.
spring, summertime.
Yeah.
And I had care.com on my phone for 3 years at that point. And I had used it in 2020 a little bit,
Yeah.
like looking for things, didn't actually like find anything. And then I just like forgot about it. Like I literally didn't touch it again ever.
Yeah.
And then one day randomly I was like, like this summer might be a good time to like just get like a summer nannying job, just whatever. So I looked on there and then I found Jordan and I was like, that's good. That's only like 2 days a week. It's like perfect hours. It would work perfectly with my schedule. It's like one kid. I don't really want to watch like 5 kids because I live with a bunch of kids all the time. So like one's enough.
Yeah.
And I was like, this sounds perfect. I apply for the job and then I didn't think anything of it because like I had applied for jobs a ton in 2020 and you just don't hear anything from people. So I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I got a notification back and I was like, oh, cool. So I checked it. And then for the first time, I actually like really looked at his profile because
You
I
were,
just,
like,
I
having to
read
pay
the
attention.
days and I applied for it, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, he looks like really familiar. That's really odd.
Oh, how funny.
He looks really familiar. And then I was like, who is this? And then like I looked because it was like a little family picture. So like you were in it and I was like, she looks familiar too. That's odd. And then I think it was you that made me realize. I was like, TikTok. I've seen her on TikTok.
No way.
And then I was like,
It gets worse.
that's my dentist. Holy freaking crap. I was like, oh no. So at that point,
I know her from TikTok, and
he's my dentist.
well, and the reason I knew her is because I was really stressed trying to find a dentist. So when I found one that I was like, this looks good, I like stalked the freaking crap out of him. Like, I mean, like, found all his social medias, found out who he was married to, like, looked at her.
Oh my gosh. Because she hates the dentist. Like,
So I
so
stalked
scary.
the crap out of them.
Totally.
And so then at that point I was like contemplating like removing my
"Do I
account,
just
like
not?"
completely just like blocking everything and getting off. And I was like, this might still work. Yeah, this might still work. It's fine.
Yeah, so we had like a Zoom interview.
Yeah.
And I actually left the Zoom interview like more impressed with you because she called it out immediately. She was like, I don't want to be weird, but I think you're my dentist. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Like, she was just like, let's make this not a big deal. And like,
Yeah.
it didn't feel like a big deal. So it was really funny, like, when we were
That
talking
is
about it
so
after. And she was
funny.
like, I knew you from TikTok. I knew him from this. I like,
Yeah.
like she like studied. But I think like when you're working in people's houses, like you have to do that because that's so scary.
Yeah.
Like, I can't
100%.
imagine going into someone's house and just being like, not sure what I'm walking into here.
Right.
100%.
Like-
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
like,
it was kind of-
we could be psychopaths.
It
You
was-
needed to do this.
It was equally comforting and terrifying at the same time. You know what I mean? Like I was
Yeah.
like, okay, like I know, like I don't think they're serial killers.
That's so cute.
Isn't that funny?
I love that.
Yeah, she was like, I saw your TikTok videos, and I was like, oh, cool.
Oh.
I just love it. Like, I just feel like everything works out, and like when you meet people in weird ways like that, it's like, maybe there's more to this.
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Good thing I wasn't a terrible person, or I wouldn't have got the job either.
That's
If I was a bad
true.
patient, I wouldn't have
Really
gotten the job.
Oh, I did. I abused my power. So technically I do work for Jordan. And so I called his office manager and was like, so they'll put a black dot in people's files if they suck. So if you're a black dot patient, it means they hate you because you suck. Okay. So like either you were rude to the receptionist, you were rude to the dental assistants, like whatever it is, they'll put a black dot in your file.
Like,
and
be
so
warned.
I called his office manager just to be like, hey, does she have a black dot in her file? Do you have any notes on her?
That's
like that would
so
indicate that she's a
funny.
danger to society.
Or my family.
Yeah, and like
That's
they were
so
like,
funny.
nope, like it looks like she was a great patient. And I was like, great.
Excellent.
It was really funny.
Yeah. That's
That's
funny.
so funny.
Yeah, so
Worked out.
it worked out really well.
So
That's
good.
awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
That's such a good story.
It's so good. Weird. It's so weird, but it worked out.
It did.
Did
All right, do
not.
you have phone pinkies?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This one's gotten. I stopped using
not
it for
great.
that.
Thanks for joining us.
Some ASMR.
This has been a really good time. We hope you've enjoyed this production.
Okay, everyone, I'm taking over now.
I
This
know,
is
I got this. I
mine.
got this ready. Thanks for joining us on this super light episode where we had the lights out. Now we're going to turn the lights back on and get back to the sad reality of our lives and the deep the deep topics that we talk about.
That was really quick.
That was
Oh my
really
gosh,
funny.
that's so funny.